Hey, how's it going? I'm Guye from Formwork, and this is a Cocoon Bag. It's a drawstring bag with a curved front detail, keeping the construction simple but functional. In this video, I'll walk you through the full process of making it. Just a quick note, this isn't a standalone tutorial, so you will need the pattern and the written instructions to follow along. The pattern is available through the link in the description. Think of this more as a visual guide to support the process. To prepare the front pocket, first, align the curved pocket panel with the front pocket piece. Place the zipper between both pieces to determine the correct length. Use pins to mark the exact width of the pocket pieces onto the zipper tape. Open the zipper and use the marks as a guide to position each side of the zipper onto its corresponding piece. Make sure to flip the zipper pieces. As you can see, the top part has the teeth facing down and you want them facing up. For the bottom piece, the teeth are facing up, so you want them facing down. Place the corresponding lining pieces over each outer piece, right sides together, sandwiching the zipper tape between the fabric layers. Pin or clip all layers in place. Stitch along both zipper seams. Sew the curved edge of the top piece and its lining. Clip the seam allowance along the curved edge to help it lay flat when turned. Turn both pieces right side out and press carefully. Top stitch along both sides of the zipper to reinforce. Edge stitch around the remaining edges of the pocket to keep them aligned for later. Take the side pocket pieces and their lining and place them right sides together. Stitch along the top edge. Turn the pocket right side out and press the seam. Top stitch along the top edge to reinforce the seam. To keep the layers aligned for the next steps, edge stitch around the remaining edges of the pocket. Now, let's prepare the inner pocket by finishing the side and bottom edges using an overlock or zigzag stitch. Fold the top edge twice toward the wrong side to create a double hem. Press and top stitch along the folded edge to secure the hem. After that, fold the side and bottom edges 1 cm toward the wrong side and press. To attach the inner pocket, locate the markings on the pattern for piece A and mark them on the back lining piece, considering that the points indicate the top corners of the inner pocket. Pin the pocket in place and stitch along the sides and bottom edges close to the folded edges to secure it to the lining. Prepare the bottom drawstring tabs by folding the pieces lengthwise, right sides together. Stitch along the long edge to form a tube. Trim the excess edges and turn the tube right side out and press flat. This part could be a little bit tricky. Using a tool like a bodkin could help you out, but if you don't have one, as you can see, it's possible to turn them just using your hands. Once you do that, top stitch along both long edges. Fold the tab in half and stitch close to the raw edges to hold the layers together and set aside for later. Take 2 pieces of the top drawstring casing and place them right sides together. Stitch along both short ends to join the pieces and form a loop. Turn the loop right side out and press. Top stitch along both side seams to reinforce. Fold the entire piece lengthwise, aligning all 4 raw edges. Stitch close to the raw edges to hold the layers together and stabilize the casing. To attach the front pocket, place the whole piece on top of the front panel, right sides facing up. Secure in place with pins or clips along the sides and bottom. Use additional pins to carefully position the curved panel. Stitch along the sides and bottom edges, sewing close to the edge to secure the pocket in place. Sew slowly along the curved edge to avoid puckering. I recommend skipping the zipper for now as it's not necessary to go over it at this point. Take the side pockets and place them on top of the side panels, right sides facing up. Secure in place using pins or clips. Stitch along the side and bottom edges, sewing close to the edge to hold the pockets in place. Now let's assemble the backpack body. If you're using interfacing, here is when you want to attach it to the bottom piece. Sew both side panels to the bottom panel right sides together to create a long strip. Press the seam allowances toward the bottom panel and top stitch along both seams. Place the back panel over the assembled strip right sides together. Align the bottom and side edges, securing with pins or clips. So here, I actually forgot to insert the bottom drawstring tabs. You definitely want to do this part here, but if for some reason you make the same mistake I did, don't worry, I'll show you how I fixed it later. Stitch along both sides and the bottom edges. Here's what I did to place the bottom drawstring tabs. I measured 1 cm from the bottom panel up. With a seam ripper, I opened the seams just enough for the tabs to be able to go in. Since I had already top stitched, I had to open both seams. I then inserted the tabs and sewed over the previous seams, and just like that, I had the tabs in place. To attach the front panel, place it over the assembled body right sides together. Then stitch around all the edges. Please be careful at this point, since now you'll want to go over the zipper. Make sure the zipper pull is positioned within the pocket area. Also, be very careful when you sew near the zipper. You don't want to go over the zipper teeth. This, plus the amount of fabric layers, could end up breaking your needle. Sew slowly and use a hand wheel when approaching it. After that, trim the excess length of the zipper as well as any corners. For the lining, you basically want to follow the same steps as the shell. When aligning the front lining panel, you want to leave an opening of about 10 cm on the bottom edge, which will later be used to turn the back right side out. I may or may not have forgotten to do that too, but if it happens to you, it's also an easy fix. As you'll see, I later used the seam ripper to make the opening. You want to trim the corners and press the seams, but no top stitch will be necessary here. Once you have everything assembled, insert the shell into the lining right sides together and align the top edges of the bag. Take one of the cord casings and align it with the front panel, placing it between the shell and the lining. Secure with pins or clips. Repeat the same process with the second casing. Once both are secured, sew around the entire top edge of the bag with one continuous seam. Turn the entire bag right side out through the opening we left in the lining and shape the bag. To close the lining, you can do a ladder stitch by hand or sew with the machine close to the edge since it goes on the inside and it won't be visible. Push the lining back inside the bag and top stitch around the entire top edge. At this point, your bag is done, and all there's left to do is insert the drawstrings. Take one of the cords and with the help of a pin or bodkin, insert the cord through one of the sides of the drawstring casing. Guide the cord through the casing until it comes out from the opposite side, then pass it through the second casing, returning to the same side where you started. Repeat the same process for the second cord, starting from the opposite side. Take the cord ends that exit from the front casing and slide them through the bottom tabs from top down. The cord ends that exit from the back casing should remain outside the tab. Tie a secure knot using the cord ends from the front and back casings. This is optional, but if you want extra durability, you can sew a small stitch several times through both cords slightly under the knot. Trim the excess cord and you're done with your cocoon bag. And that's the cocoon bag. I designed this to be a soft structured drawstring bag, trying to keep the construction simple but functional. As you saw, I included some functional pockets to this design. There's one on the inside, two on the sides, and a big one on the front with this curved detail. Every version does come out a little bit different, but I think that's part of the process. I actually encourage you to use your creativity. It's meant to be a starting point. You can use different colors, different fabrics. You can avoid using some pockets, that's up to you. Probably on this one, you can't really see that much of that curved detail that's in the front pocket. This is another one that I made, and here you can definitely see it. Also, the lining is in a different fabric. I did not include the side pockets on this one, and the front curve is actually going to the other side, as well as a zipper that opens from the opposite side. If you want to make your own, you can find the pattern through the link in the description. If you make your own, I'd love to see it. You can find me and tag me on my Instagram at @guye_navarro. Thank you so much.